Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Zarian Forum. I am Gregory. I'm so tired. Hi, everybody. Lawrence Zarian, direct from the set of Entertainment Tonight.
I know.
Seriously, you came in. I almost didn't make it.
What? You almost didn't show up?
No, I almost didn't make it
no.
timing-wise. Very busy day in the life of entertainment and celebrities. And
I'm right here.
Oh, hi, Gregory.
Hi, nice to see you. Hey, everybody. Hello. It is August 18th, 2012. We're already getting tweets from tweeters. Thank you for joining us. As always, you can find us on the web at www.thezarianforum.com. Drop down and watch and see us stream live. And we are here for you. Call us at 818-547. You are tired. 3668, 818-547-3668. Tonight we have a great show because we bring you one of the most talented, one of the most beautiful actresses in Hollywood.
Emma Yak Yak.
Her
name's Carrie Genzel, and we'll get to her in a few minutes. But it's so funny. Many times in a film.
We're getting a call already.
No, we're not.
Yes, that was beeping.
Okay. Hello, you're on the air with the Zarian Forum. This is Lawrence and Gregory. Hi there, you're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Question is, where is the Lady Zarian statue will be located?
As soon as the city of Glen... Oh, bless you.
We're working out. But working very slowly. You have to do something.
We're doing everything we can, our friend. Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you very much.
You know, here's the deal. Bottom line is the city of Glendale wants to have a statue for our father, as do we, and we promise you when it is up and standing, we will tell all of you.
And as you noticed, let's just address it. You know, as you've noticed with the opening of the show, it's still called the Zarian Forum. And for those of you that have your parents, you're all very lucky. For those of you that have lost your parents, you sort of understand sometimes it just takes a little bit longer to get things done. And our father was such a big presence in our lives, and he was such a big presence in the lives of the Glendale community. We were so overwhelmed and inundated emotionally and physically exhausted by all the outpouring of love from Washington, D.C. to all the dignitaries to the entire city of Glendale. It's really taken us, it's daunting. It's taken us a solid almost year to get back on our feet and start doing things. So in regards to the Zarian Forum, we have a brand new open that will be starting in a few weeks called the Zarian Forum, featuring you and me.
And there's also photos of our father. So for tonight, we brought you one of Hollywood's most sought-after actresses, Carrie Genzel. But we're going to talk a little bit about our days in our lives. How have you been today, Lawrence?
I love you, Dad. We're done talking about you. That's what Gregory calls a segue.
I wouldn't.
We won't transition. We'll just go right. Bam, bam. Do it. Go ahead. How was your day, kiddo?
How was your day, kiddo?
It was good.
Good. What did you do?
No.
Okay.
No.
Can we talk? Well, here's
at Entertainment Tonight, I get to meet Hollywood's hottest stars. I'm very blessed, and I'm calm. I'm controlled. I'm very cool. But when you're this person, right? When you're having dinner, and this person has a celebrity that he has a crush on, sit next to him, all hell breaks loose.
I couldn't look at her. I couldn't talk to her. And here's the great thing about having this one right here. I went to, get a toothpick or go away.
We were at the Grove.
Yes.
This lovely outside shopping mall here in Hollywood. It's off of La Brea, in between La Brea and Fairfax.
It's the neighbor to the Americana.
Yeah, so it's this fantastic shopping place. They have restaurants and shopping, and you can have a little bite to eat before you go see a movie. And we're having dinner with our friend Judd, and in comes, from Dancing with the Stars, the lovely Kim Johnson. Now, I'm a big fan. I've actually interviewed Kim many times. Not to brag, but I have.
But you did.
And this one goes literally into his airplane crash position, and he goes down.
And here's the deal. When you get nervous and you can't talk to somebody, what do? You crash and hide. So long story short, I was too nervous, and I sat like this most of the evening. Got up to go get a toothpick or something, came back. Lawrence was talking to her and said, my brother.
As we were leaving to get our keys, to get our stuff and go see the movie.
We have such different stories. But we lived it.
Okay, were we sitting there having dinner, or were we leaving?
Leaving.
Okay, as we were leaving to go to the movie, I said, excuse me, Kim, my name is Lawrence, we've met before. She said, oh yes, it's nice to see you again. I said, my brother is a big fan of yours. Would you mind taking a photo with my twin brother, Gregory? Gregory then got a little nervous, giggly, more giggly, and we actually have a photo of Gregory and his favorite dancer on Dancing with the Stars. Gentlemen, put up the photo of Gregory and Kim Johnson.
And here's the thing, she was so lovely that I went up to her and I said, how nice is that?
Yeah, she's very cute.
I said to her and I said, you know, you make me nervous. And she said, oh, why? And I said, you just make me nervous. She slapped me and said, you are adorable. And I said, I appreciate that. But the greatest part of this whole story was we then did a group shot. And in the group shot, it was...
Oh, wow.
You know,
Well, not there yet, boys. Come back to us at the desk. Come back to us up here. Okay, so that's the shot.
So
yeah.
that's the shot of Kim and I. She's beautiful. Her new dance partner is Joey Fatone.
You're so good. You're so good.
So
That's
here's the
a
deal.
secret.
No, it's not. It's all over the...
Okay, wow.
Wow, and you're
I
from
never
ET
knew
in
that.
Hollywood,
Yeah,
Lawrence? You don't know. So, there's a great shadow of all four of us. It is me, then Lawrence, then Kim, then our friend Judd. Well, I see on Lawrence's Facebook page and on his Twitter page a shot of, hey, it was great seeing one of my good friends, Kim Johnson, and you see me cut out, you see Judd cut out, but on Lawrence you see hands, like this, but you don't see bodies or faces, just hands. So that's how Lawrence, hey, Kim, it was good seeing you. Really?
Here's the problem. When you look better than the other people in the photo, what do? You just cut them out. You just cut them out, Gregory.
Okay, well, you know.
But that was nice.
It was
That
nice.
was nice. She was very sweet. I have to say, the great, really sweet, lovely, talented. And speaking of lovely and sweet and talented.
I was just going to say that.
What? Do it, Gregory.
Speaking of lovely, sweet, and talented, and another gorgeous blonde on TV, you just quickly saw a photo of Lawrence with one of his favorites, the beautiful Nancy O'Dell, and you had a great day at Entertainment Tonight today.
Today was so much fun. Guys, put up the photo of Nancy O'Dell and myself. Nancy's been on Entertainment Tonight now for less than a year. She replaced legendary Mary Hart, and we did something on the set, which was so much fun. What they let me do today is they let me actually stand on the set and do tosses and teases, where I got to intro packages and then I got to toss to commercial breaks. So that was a big joy.
Did you have a good time?
Can I just tell you, I love everything about that show.
I love that.
And not only do we get to work with Nancy O'Dell, but in Hollywood, there's something called the pre-tape, where you tape something before it actually airs. So we pre-taped a segment with Lauren Conrad from The Hills.
I love that.
And these reality stars, as we have learned, really can turn this thing into gazillions of dollars. From clothing lines to product lines to TV appearances. Well, Lauren Conrad is on her own hill, and she's counting all that money on the hill. Here's a photo of Lauren Conrad and myself and the models from the photo shoot today. Guys, put up that next photo with Lauren Conrad. Now that's me on the left, that's Lauren right next to me, and those are the two models that are going to be featured next week in her new fall collection exclusively at Kohl's. It's called the LC Lauren Conrad Collection.
And she's also a very, very successful author. You are
Very lucky. I'm surrounded by beauties,
beautiful.
Gregory.
Let's bring it back to tonight. Speaking of beautiful, our guest,
Stunning.
beautiful, was a former model, is now a sought-after actress here in Los Angeles, and she's sought after internationally because she hails from Canada, Lawrence. Get out and about. And if we could drop a photo of her first and foremost, she, supermodel, and we'd love to see a photo of our guest, Carrie. She now
By the way, smells delicious.
Doesn't she?
Seriously, I can, like, wow. I'm in heaven.
She smells like heaven, is
Yeah,
what I
a
say.
little bit of heaven.
You know what, maybe we're going to do the photo of Carrie in a second, but let's just...
No. Let's see the photo, guys.
Okay.
She's look at that.
Now, if
That's
you
great.
guys get close to your screen,
Smell.
it smells like heaven. The beautiful and talented. She heralds from Canada. She is here. She's an international star. The beautiful, our friend, Carrie Genzel. Yay! Hi, honey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Well, you know what? Oh, we're doing that again. Go out of the way. Go
Okay,
ahead, go.
okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hand. You at home.
Okay, she just fell.
Yeah, she just fell. Did you fall?
No, I'm
Did
good.
you go down?
Okay, no, I'm good.
So, we're very lucky today to have an actress that's seen internationally. She's one of the most sought-after women in Hollywood. She's beautiful. She's stunning. She has a resume that's talented, smells delicious, has a resume that can rival some of Hollywood's biggest actresses. And she is here today to talk to us about her current project and some of the things that brought her from soaps to stardom. Put your hands together at home. We can hear you applauding. Put your hands together for the delicious Carrie Genzel. Come on
Hey!
in. Let's
Whoa.
see you at the Zarian Forum. We do that lovely, right?
That was
Let's do it
great.
again.
Do we do it again?
Put your hands together for the
Okay.
lovely and talented Carrie Genzel.
Hey!
Seamless.
Fantastic.
Hi, gorgeous.
Hey, how are you?
Welcome to Glendale, the 818.
I love it out here.
Did you
out
Did you
here.
ever think that when you were on All My Children, you would sit there and think, I want to do so? Yeah, twins. I want twins. and you would think like, hey, I want to do the Zarian Forum.
I was absolutely thinking that.
You
I would
would.
write that every day in my little wish list, and I would, fold it up and put it in that box.
This is the thing that we love doing. This is the thing we love about taking over our father's show. Our father always had people here that had something to say. And since Greg and I are both in the entertainment business, we've been very blessed to work consistently. So many people that watch our show always ask us, well, how did you start? Where did you have your beginning? What happened? The trials, the struggles along the way. And you have an amazing story, and you've gone from X, Y to Z, and want to find out exactly where you got your start and how you've become so successful.
I think perseverance, right?
Capital P.
Capital P. I grew up in Vancouver, and I always wanted to act. I discovered drama in high school, and I found my people. That was my tribe.
So was there a movie that you watched? Did you watch this TV show and think, I just want to do that when I grow up?
Yeah, I think growing up, our family, we were really big about the, Saturday afternoon matinees, and it was, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and, Jaws, and all of those kind of movies. And it just was that escapism. And I didn't really know that that was a job, but I wanted to be a part of that in some way. Raiders of the Lost Ark, I was like, I want to run around and...
So you like the fantasy of it as well?
I just love the fantasy of it. It was just a fun, I didn't even know that was a job, but I just wanted to do that, And as I got older, like I said, I discovered the drama club and found like the people that, that got me. I was like, these are people that I understand.
Were you popular in high school?
And I had a really small group of friends, and we kind of bounced around from group to group, but I was really shy in high school. I was extremely shy, and getting on stage helped me because I felt more comfortable getting on stage because I was a character. And if you didn't like the character, that was okay because it wasn't me. And, that kind of helped me get out of my shell.
And that's such a good thing right now, and I think, one of the successes of Glee, by Ryan Murphy, is that it first of all takes away that taboo of if you're a nerd, you can only be in Glee. Everybody can be a part of that.
Right.
But to be a part of some sort of club in school, whether it's the acting club, the writing club,
right.
something that puts you in front of people,
right.
and lets you perform, sing, dance, speak, whatever that is,
right.
it sort of eliminates the fear that will then aid you through the rest of your life.
Right.
True, great point.
Yeah, no, that really was a big turning point for me in high school, was when I had the courage, and I was afraid to go. I remember my knees knocking, and I thought, these people aren't going to like me, and they're going to all be better than me, and there was that fear, and I would hide in the corner until one day I had a friend that was a part of the club, and he took my hand and grabbed me and pulled me on stage during an improv, and all of a sudden I was there in it, and I just went and did it. And then it wasn't so scary anymore.
Well, what we have to do right now, and do it, is we have to go to a commercial break.
Hey.
So when we come back, we have just scratched the surface with one of Hollywood's hottest actresses, Carrie Genzel. And you also can speak to her directly just by calling 818. Go ahead, do it. We have to go to commercial.
547-3668. We'll see you after the break. Don't go away.
He always does that to me. 'Cause I always forget the phone number. I always forget the phone number.
We'll see you after this break. Do not go away. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Zarian Forum. I am Gregory, and...
I'm so lucky to be Lawrence. If I could be you for a second, I would.
But you were me
done.
for a minute,
Yeah,
and I was you for a minute, and we're back to each other. Call us at 818-547-3668. Do it by yourself now.
818-547-3668.
What's the website?
And today on the show, we have thezarianforum.com. It's nice. I'm learning.
And our Twitter?
At the Zarian Forum.
There is no the at Zarian Forum. So tonight we're talking to one of the most sought after actresses in Los Angeles. She got her break though in Canada, Vancouver, and she started off modeling. Guys, let's show some photos of our guest, Carrie Genzel, starting off as a supermodel in Canada. Guys, can we see the photos of Carrie?
This is my favorite part of the show.
I do, love it.
Love when this happens.
But we're gonna then, let's just talk to Carrie first.
Wow, there she is.
Now, Carrie, how long did you model for? Was that your jumping off platform?
I started when I was about 16, and then I stopped in my early 20s. I did it for a while.
Were you discovered, or did you seek it out?
You know what? I had a friend that was going to John Casablanca's in Vancouver.
Wow, I remember John Casablanca's.
Yeah.
That's a throwback.
It also turned
Isn't
into
it though?
Elite.
Yeah,
love
and I went with her to be supportive as a friend, so I wasn't necessarily thinking that I was going for any reason other than that. And one of the agents there started talking to me and asked if I was interested in modeling, and I thought, well, that's ridiculous. I don't know why you would talk to me. But I loved clothes. I still love clothes. I loved fashion. I loved clothes. You know, I had all the Vogue magazines stacked up in my room, and it always fascinated me. So I thought, you know what, why not? And I talked to my parents about it, who said no. And
Here's the biggest question. Did your friend get accepted?
She did.
Okay.
Okay, because
Yeah,
that would have sucked.
yeah, that would have
been
sucked.
the worst.
Yeah.
And did your friend work a lot?
Um,
Did you work more than your friend?
I did. Yeah.
And where is she now? Are you? Here's the big question. Are you two Facebook friends?
No.
Well, that
Yeah.
answers that question. How long did you model?
You know what? From 16 till maybe about 23, I did.
Did that help you get over your fear, or did that also participate with what you were saying earlier about living in the fantasy and doing something different?
You know what? It was a really good, learning process for me. It's like I had to learn at a very young age to be an adult in this industry. And, there's a lot of predators out there. There's a lot of people looking to take advantage. So, I'm fortunate that I had a foundation under me from, growing up in my house and with my parents, that I knew who I was, and I knew to say no if I wasn't comfortable. But
They said no, you said yes. How did you bridge that gap?
My dad always said I should have been a lawyer, so very
And
convincing.
you've played a lawyer.
I've played a lawyer many times.
Very convincing.
And I'm a Virgo, so I have all my facts. I love my lists, and I was like, here's the deal. I started doing it in Vancouver. It's not a big fashion city, but I did what I could. But from there, I got an agent in Toronto, and I moved to Toronto at 18 by myself and worked in Toronto, Montreal, and from there got picked up by Elite in the US, and they brought me from Canada to the United States, and that was my ticket here, So I'm very grateful to Elite and to my modeling career, because it really afforded me, I had money in my pocket. I learned how to be professional in this business, and eventually that got me to LA, and that was my little money job.
And so many people think that models are just flighty. So many people think that models don't think it out. So many people
It's a
think
job.
that
It's a full-time job.
it is. But there's that preconceived notion that models are sort of airy and don't think it out and don't have it plotted out. And the reason why they're modeling is because that's all they can do.
Right.
So it's refreshing to hear somebody like Carrie who's like, no, I had a plan.
Right.
I did this, I did that, I had that plotted out,
Right.
and that was just the beginning that got you into a different market.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carrie, what do you say to somebody that's looking, that wants to leave home and come to the United States or go to another country and model? What do you say to them when they have that wish? Because you did it. You got up and
I did do it. I always made sure that I was with reputable agencies,
Great-
first and
great
foremost.
feedback.
You do your homework. Now it's easier. You have the internet. Find out what people are saying about them. If they're not a reputable agency, the other models that have had bad experiences are likely talking about it.
God bless the Google.
God bless the Google.
Because you can Google anything.
Yeah.
And
Yelp.
read the first couple pages.
Yeah, it's
Or go to the bottom. If there's like 5 or 6 pages, go to the 6th page. Because usually the stuff that tries to get buried is always there. 6
Right,
pages,
6
7
page.
pages. Yeah. It's always after the top breaking
Right,
news.
right,
It's always
right,
afterwards. Are
right.
you making that note?
She's
I just
making
gotta
that
go. I
note.
just got to go to my 6th and 7th and 8th.
Your stuff is on the 8th page.
Okay.
Telling you it's
Yeah.
on the
Is
8th.
that when I was
Yeah.
Lawrence and you were Gregory, or it's all mixed up?
No, it's all your stuff.
Okay, so Carrie, you come
Yes.
here, you sign with Elite.
Yes.
How long did you model until you said, okay, thank you, modeling, I now want to step into acting?
And I always, as soon as I came to the U.S., I already started that plan, and I started working with acting coaches and started
Such
going
as
out
any
on.
coaches that come to mind?
Not back then, no. I really just went to my booker at the agency and said, I want to start going out in commercials. I want to start acting. Who do you recommend? And they sent me to some people, and I, worked with who I felt comfortable with. So the plan was already in motion. And
Can I add one thing too, though? I
Yeah.
love that you said you went to your modeling agent. A lot of people that have modeling agents don't think that they are associated with commercial agents, TV and film agents. Have a conversation, because I still do it. We
Yeah.
talk all the time about the business.
Absolutely.
I still do it. Talk to your agent about where you want to go.
Yeah.
And the most important thing that I want to say is, be with the right agent.
Right.
You're a beautiful woman, so you with Elite made complete sense. A lot of people spend so much time doing nothing with the wrong agency.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean.
And the agency works for you.
Yes.
The agency works for you.
Carrie, what is it? What do we
That's
do
the
on that?
point.
Lawrence, this is our sign. Ready?
Oh, yeah.
Can we get a wide shot? 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's what we say to it.
2 thumbs up. Absolutely, and have a conversation with them. Let them know what you want to do. As soon as I opened that dialogue with them, they were like, "Oh, great! We didn't know you wanted to act and get on camera." They had all kinds of information for me, so that's how it really started.
Now, as you know, because of my affection for Kelly Ripa, everything, All My Children, is very close to my heart.
Right.
And when we started becoming friends, I found out that you were on All My Children.
Right.
How long into your acting career did you book that, and what was the process to get you to Pine Valley?
I'd been acting for a couple of years, and I'd done a little bit of soap work. I had a little recurring role on Bold and Beautiful. I was a nurse on the show, which was a really great training ground. You know, I got to go in, and I had dialogue, and I had things to do, and I would go to rehearsal and work with the actors.
I love that you said it's training.
It's training.
A lot of people say if it's not a starring role, I'm not going to do it, but you learn so much.
Oh,
with the
I learned a
smaller
lot.
parts.
And I'm so grateful that I did do that, because when I did book All My Children, I had to hit the ground running. You know,
So was there a big casting call? Did they know you and bring you out? Did you fly out? Did you screen test? What was the whole process?
I did. I actually had screen tests for All My Children probably about 6 or 7 months before auditioning for Sky. I auditioned for the role of Kelsey, which was completely wrong for me. But they liked me. And when the role of Sky came up, it was a recast. Robin Christopher had played the role several years before, and they were bringing the character back, and it was this big secret. And I thought there was no way I was going to get the role. I didn't think I was right for it. I auditioned here in Los Angeles. They flew me out to New York for a screen test, and did the screen test. The next morning, I was about to go to the airport and fly back to LA. I got a call. Don't leave. We're sending a car to pick you up.
Oh.
I go back to ABC, and they wanted me to do a chemistry test with Michael Sabatino, who played my husband on the show, the evil, dastardly doctor. And it was really just us sitting in one of the sets and talking about life. We talked about dogs. We talked about,
Were they filming this?
They were filming it. So they just wanted to see us together. And that was a Friday. I flew back to LA, and I really thought, I don't know, I don't think I'm right for this. Monday, I was in the post office mailing some stuff off, and I get a call from my manager who said, "You got the role.
Got the role.
Congratulations, honey, you're on a plane at 7 a.m. tomorrow." And I was in
Wow.
Pine Valley.
That's fantastic. So how do you shift your life? How do you get stuff together to move to New York?
It was pretty crazy. I had never been to New York aside from the screen tests. I didn't know anybody there. It was interesting. I had to go and shoot a bunch of shows, and then I had some time off, so I was able to come back and kind of plan.
Get your life in order.
But I was living in a hotel in New York for a while, and I ended up finding a great apartment that was 2 blocks from the studio. As I was like, I'm just going to go with what I know. And it was easy. And I could walk there, and I felt safe. And I found a place, and I moved, and that was it. I was working in New York, and it was wonderful.
Soap operas get such a bad rap. They say it's not serious actors. They say soap operas aren't for the performer. I totally disagree.
Right.
It does teach you all those things: discipline, memorizing lines. What was the best part about being on All My Children?
You know, it really was, again, another chapter of the training that I had. I use the skills that I learned on All My Children every single time I'm on set. And now, because they shoot things faster and faster and faster, I'm at an
save money.
advantage that I have that experience of being on that show.
How did you learn all your lines so quickly overnight?
You know what?
Because we're talking pages and
Pages. I think that the most I ever had in one day, I was working a lot at a storyline with Susan Lucci. Susan was going to Paris on some fabulous vacation.
As Erica Kane would.
As she should, right? And so that meant we had to bank shows. And I had to do 3.5 shows in one day. I had 4 costume, hair, makeup changes. And I had over 100 pages of dialogue.
Insane.
In one day. And you just go.
So would that have been the worst part about doing the soaps? All the pages of dialogue?
No, you know what? I think, when you're doing a character every day, you really get into the rhythm of it, and you start to know how your character is going to react and what she's going to say in certain things, and that helps you.
So then it makes more sense.
It makes more sense. I learned from doing All My Children that I don't have a photographic memory, but I have a very visual memory. And so for me, I make notes in the margins on my scripts with all the key words of what I'm saying, so that when I'm doing it, it, I can see it and know where I am. And that was just a trick I learned from doing it. You know, my very, very last day on the set, I did a 6-page monologue. That was my last day on the set. And when I was done, our executive producer came down and she said, "Do you know that you did that word for word?" And I just went, it's from doing it every day. It's a muscle, you know, and when you do it all the time, it becomes easier. It did for me anyway. I mean, I was blessed because I saw people really
struggle.
sink.
So what would happen though? You know, I've done guest stars on Stokes.
You have.
I have. And Gregory has too. You might remember fan favorite Julian from General Hospital.
For all you General Hospital fans, Julius, thank you very much.
One of the things that always would make me upset is, you know, fan favorite is if I would screw up, I thought the world was coming to an end.
Right.
How would you cover up if you screwed up? Would you restart again?
No, you just keep going. You
Really?
just keep
Yeah,
going.
really?
No, really, you don't have time. You don't have time.
But you know, we don't have time. We don't have time to keep talking because we have a
Okay.
commercial break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're going to go from soap operas to like the big screen, like big stuff. Big stuff. And again, she smells like heaven. If you want to talk to Carrie Genzel, call us at 818-547-3668.
So proud of you. So
I
good.
did it!
Yay!
Call
Thumbs
us and
up.
you can
2
talk
thumbs up.
to Carrie directly.
We'll see you in a second. Don't go away.
It's classic. Chasing after a happily married man. I hope that sick calf look of yours would pass.
You don't think that Edmund could love me?
Honey, Edmund is in love with his wife. It happens. It's rare, but it happens. He's off limits. Deal with it.
I tried.
What, by jumping into a bottle? Honey, the world is full of eligible men.
I don't want another man.
And Edmund doesn't want you. Life stinks sometimes. We don't always get what we want.
I never get what I want. All my friends have turned against me. Erica hates me now.
You should take a lesson from Haley. She was knocked down a lot harder than you were. Her mother slept with her husband, for crying out loud. She didn't drown her sorrows. No, she went on with her life.
I am not Haley.
No, you're not. I expect my daughters to behave as responsible adults.
Like you. Cold-hearted, manipulative.
You're not a spoiled 5-year-old girl anymore, Sky. And if you're going to continue to act like a child, then I'm going to treat you like a child. You're going home and you're going to...
We're not done. Oh my God, you're going home and doing what? What is she doing?
What happened? You're acting like a child then. And you ruined Erica Kane's
I
wedding.
did ruin her wedding. Yeah, I did. I was a little concerned about that.
So during the commercial break, as you guys were watching the footage of Carrie Genzel playing Sky on All My Children with multi-Emmy award-winning David Canary.
Oh, David
I said,
Canary.
so did viewers hate you because you were a recast? And Carrie said, "They really loved me."
I was really blessed. I was worried. I mean, you know what? I had a big gift that there had been about 6 years in between myself and Robin playing the role. And I think that, you know, they made it really fun in that it was a big secret as to who I was when I came on the show. My character had amnesia, and I only knew myself as Tony. And so I became a little bit of a game for the fans because I would have people come up to me and go, "I know who you are," you know. And the first year that I went to the Emmys at Radio City Music Hall, which was terrifying, but fun too, I had all of these fans running up to me in the lobby saying, "I think I know who you are, I think I know who you are," and I was not allowed to say anything. And some of them were right and some of them were wrong. So there was this big reveal that I was Adam's daughter. And so it was really fun, and I think the fans really got on board with it, and I was really blessed. You know, I was concerned. And I was concerned at sometimes at that storyline in particular, me breaking up Erica Kane's wedding. I remember talking to Francesca James, our executive producer, and I was like, "I don't think this is a good idea. Like, this is Erica Kane." Like, I don't think this should happen. But fans really rallied behind Skye, and they understood what was behind all of her shenanigans and antics, and so luckily I didn't have any backlash from that.
And your work is so
Fantastic.
raw and open, and I used to write dialogue for Days of Our Lives, and I
Okay.
used to work with Sherry Anderson Thomas, who's been a guest on the show many times, and we together would write these scenes, and then we would watch the show and see these actors bring these words to life. And the thing
Right.
that's always so inspiring about good talent, your talent, is that you take words from a page and you give it this breath.
Right.
And that work was fantastic. And we were blessed to see you do some other work the other night for the Hollywood Shorts Film Festival,
Yeah.
the 8th annual Hollywood Shorts Film Festival, in this wonderful film called The Ballerina and the Rocking Horse.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was a true treat.
Guys, can you put up the photo of all three of us on the red carpet? You were staggeringly fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you both for coming.
How much fun was that? There's
Yay!
nothing better than hitting a red carpet with a beauty on your arm.
There's nothing better than being in the middle of you guys.
That is called the Twin Sandwich.
It is the Twin Sandwich.
And if you would like to be a part of the Twin Sandwich, just call 818, but it's not about us.
547-3668. Here's the thing, it's about Carrie. And back real quickly to all my children, for your fans, ask Carrie anything at 818-547-3668. And before we dive into the Ballerina and the Rocking Horse, Susan Lucci, great to work with.
I had so much fun with Susan,
that.
and I've said this, and many people have said this. She should do a sitcom. She's so lovely and so funny, and has such a great sense of humor. We laughed so
And
much.
that body, her body's
my
her
gosh.
body's horrible.
Yeah. The thing that was great was working with Susan. That was kind of funny. Is she's so tiny, she's so petite. And I look like a supermodel standing in there, so tall. Whenever I would go do an appearance or a fan event, everybody would go, "Oh, you're so small." Everybody thought I was like 6 feet tall. And I'm like, no, it's just I'm working with Susan. So I felt good.
Lawrence made a comment about you breathing life into every word. For somebody that wants to become an actor and actress, how do you guide them to bring so much life to a word on the page, like you do so effortlessly?
I think that everybody has their own process of working, and different things work for different people. I can't really explain how I do what I do. I just am. I do it. I be present. I listen. I've always had that as a kid. I very much had my imaginary friends and my different fantasy little worlds that I lived in. I was very in my head as a kid. And going back to high school and finding an acting club, it was just a way to bring all of that to life. And over the years I have worked with acting coaches one-on-one when I feel like I need a little more guidance, or I need to bounce something off somebody.
So you support that with people that ever want to go with the right acting class that works for you.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
again, I think it's ask around, look online, Google it. If you have an agent, ask your agent. Ask friends what their experiences have been, and go audit a class before you start paying money. They're expensive.
They are.
And find a teacher that you respond to, that you connect with, that what they're saying makes sense to you, and that you feel safe there.
So, Ballerina and the Rocking Horse.
Yeah.
It is won film festivals. You won Best Actress in the Los Angeles Underground Film Festival.
I did just last month. That was great. That was a mouthful.
But I did that well, huh?
You did that very well.
Guys, can we please play the trailer to this amazing movie that you are so brilliant in? The Ballerina and the Rocking Horse. Guys, can you play it, please?
Let us get you ready.
Ready for what?
The outside world.
Wow. Wow. No, it just your work is so impeccable in it. Carrie, how long did it take to film that?
We shot that in 3 days. In 3 days here in LA. It was a very ambitious 3 days, but we got through it.
And you had a history with the director who called you about this out of the blue.
I had a history with the writer, Lowen
With the writer.
Brandenburg. Yeah, I'd worked with him on another project, and he sent me the script, and I just really responded to it. It just was a really interesting story that I wanted to tell, and I met with Micah Stewart, our director, and I just loved his vision and his enthusiasm and excitement for it. And the idea originally came from Micah, and his, and I'm quoting him, my love of androids, and the idea was a seed from there, and then he worked with Lowen to write the script, and it's really cool. I'm really proud of it, and everybody worked so incredibly hard on it. Brandon Crowder, who you saw in the trailer,
He was fantastic.
is fantastic in it as Patrick, my robot. And everyone just, you know, when you do a short film, you do it with love. Like, everyone's there because they love the project and they're so passionate about it. And I think that really comes through when you see it.
What is the purpose, though, of somebody doing a short film, and then who gets to see this?
Well, right now we're doing a lot of film festivals. We just did Holly Shorts, which you guys came out to see. We are moving on from Holly Shorts tonight. Actually, I'm running off directly from here to the awards ceremony and closing night party of Holly Shorts.
I
And
think
then
you're going to get the best actress.
Oh.
I think, yeah.
Well, we'll
So
see.
out of all the films, how many films were in the short film?
300.
So out of the 300, they will pick Best Actress,
They
Best
will.
Actor, they will pick all of that.
Yeah, they will.
And where is it being held?
At the Chinese Theater in Hollywood.
How nice.
I know. You can't. It doesn't get better than that.
And you've had, you know, they had trailers when we went and saw the movies the other night. We saw your film. They have some big names working the red carpet, really celebrating short
Absolutely.
films.
Short films have become a really great vehicle for people, and a great way to people showcase their work as a director, or maybe even as an actor, to show a different side of what they can do. You know, one of the reasons why I was really drawn to this role is it was a chance for me to do something really vulnerable, and it wasn't about wearing the pretty dress and looking great, because I get to do that a lot, which is fun, but it was just about telling the story and showing the vulnerability of Emma in that situation. So that was one of my main reasons for wanting to do it.
In the entertainment business, when you go out to sell a show, you know, they do like TV shows and pilots and things like that. It's called the sizzle reel.
Yeah.
Nobody has imagination anymore. So
Yeah.
you go out and take the sizzle reel and say, this is what our concept is. So a short film is basically doing the exact same thing.
It is. It's like a sizzle reel. I know that, you know, the intention is that Michael will continue on and do a feature film.
I kept thinking, I want this to be a film.
Yeah. Well, and they've done such a beautiful job of doing illustrations during the credits, so you see what happens to Emma once the short film ends, and it's pretty cool.
Well, I walked out of that watching your short thinking. And it doesn't give you a definite answer, it lets you think. And that is an awesome short right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest compliments that I've gotten from anyone that's seen it is, I wanted to see more. And I say the same thing every time. That means we did our job.
And it's fascinating because we saw, how many films did we see that night?
Oh, gosh.
700.
Yeah.
And Carrie was number 699.
Yes.
We saw 700 films, and it's all about interpretation. Because some of them I loved. Some of them, not so much.
Right.
And other people like the ones I didn't like.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it is all interpretation.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. We've been really fortunate because the response has been really positive. I'm excited to go. We're moving now on to Action on Film, which is in Monrovia. So we're screening at 9:15 in Monrovia.
Can people come out and see that?
They absolutely can. Yeah, and we're screening before a feature film.
That's
so
awesome.
It's a little bit of a different setup. So
they will drop your film in before a
feature
film.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is the information on the website?
I believe it is.
Okay, so guys, if you can put up the website, do it now before we go to break, or do it when we come back. The website is www.ballerinarockinghorse.com. Ballerinarockinghorse.com. And we're already at our final break. More with Carrie Genzel.
I love this one.
Who smells like heaven when we come back.
I love her.
Do not go away. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Zarian Forum. Tonight it's all about the beautiful and talented Carrie Genzel.
And what happens during the commercial breaks? You miss so much.
Lois left and came back. You did not know this. Guys, please drop the photo of Carrie's awesome movie, The Ballerina and the Rocking Horse. Go to the website. It's playing in Monrovia. Oh, you're getting a call, Carrie.
Yay.
And I didn't answer in time.
Call back. Call back.
Oh.
You're on the air. Thanks for calling the Zarian Forum. You're on the air with Gregory, Lawrence, and Carrie. And you hung up.
Thank you so much. We will pray for you.
I don't have an answer for that.
And that's okay. Sometimes silence is golden.
Right.
For those of you that want to see this awesome movie, please go to the Ballerina Rocking Horse website, ballerinaRockingHorse.com, and it's showing in Monrovia.
Monrovia, 9:15 p.m. Sunday night. Come out and see us.
Will you be there?
I will be there. And Brandon will be there as well.
That's awesome.
And our director, Micah.
And it's fascinating to go see a movie. You know, right now in Hollywood, there's all this talk about everything is a remake.
Yeah.
Everything is a remake because Hollywood has no creativity. Go and support these short films, and I think the longest film's only 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, our film is 19 minutes.
Go see 10 different films, a flavor. It's like going to Baskin Robbins. I want a little taste of this, taste of this, taste of this. You get a little taste of flavors that you like, some you don't like,
Right.
but you really get entertained.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is. There's so much talent out there.
A lot of talent.
There's a lot of talent out there. And it's really exciting to see a lot of these emerging directors, or even actors. There were a lot of actors that have started directing that had shorts in the short film festival. So it was fun to see their work and their vision as
You
well.
said Shia LaBeouf and then Matthew Lilliard from Scream.
Yes, well, they actually were he actually did a feature.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes. So, you know, it's just a lot of people doing new things in different venues.
So you've played so many parts. What are some of the parts that you still want to play that you haven't played yet?
Oh gosh, you know, there's nothing in particular that I can think of. Things come my way and I respond to it. It really depends too where I am in my life or in my week. You know, certain things jump out at me. I've been really fortunate. I've been really fortunate. I've gotten to work with some amazing, talented directors, actors. Yeah, I'm really fortunate.
What makes for you, what makes a good actor?
Somebody who's there for the other actor.
Great answer.
You know, we're all in it together, and I've had those great experiences where you're just in it, where everything else falls away, and those are the moments that I live for.
You know who you're reminding me about is years ago I was blessed to interview Meryl Streep. She did Julie. She did Julia and Julia. She did the cooking film on
Amy Adams.
And I said to her, I said, when you play this part, did you learn something about yourself? And she said, I don't think of it that way. I just am. It's just a part of me. And as you're talking, I'm getting that essence from you. Like, Emma is just another element of you. Sky was just another element of you. You're playing portions of yourself.
Right. Well, I always try to lace whatever I'm doing on camera with truth, with a part of me that connects with that story, you know, and sometimes that's scary because I play some pretty mean ladies.
Speaking of mean, guys, can you please put up the last photo we have of Carrie? You star in a great movie that comes out, and you play Madam Dragonfly. Guys, can you pop up the photo?
Look at that.
Movie Evil Feed.
Evil Feed.
Wow.
Isn't that
I don't want to
wild?
cross her. Tell us about that.
Evil Feed, I'm really excited about. It's a full-length feature film. It will hit the festival circuits next year. They're editing it right now. We just wrapped in Vancouver in June. And I play Madame Dragonfly, who is nothing but trouble. It's a great, fun film. It's a grindhouse flick, so it's very big, lots of action, lots of laughs, very colorful, and a really great cast. And I'm really excited about it, so I can't wait to unleash the dragonfly in 2013.
Love that.
I'm going to see like a Facebook post, time for me to unleash my dragonfly. Is it dark?
You know, it's kind of along the same lines as like Kill Bill. Something like that, or Machete, you know, it's that type of...
So that's what grindhouse means.
Yeah,
for
it's kind of that, you know, there's a lot of gore, but there's a lot of over-the-top fun and laughter and a lot of comedy, and it's a fun ride. It's a really fun ride.
You also have something great coming out during Christmas time.
I do.
Co-starring Jason Gedrick.
I do. I have a Hallmark movie called The Wishing Tree, which is airing November 11th.
I love Jason Gedrick.
He's great. I really enjoyed working with Jason, and he was one of those actors, great example, who was just there, right? And we have a really great, we work together a lot on it, but we have a really great scene where my character breaks down. She realizes there's a big turning point for her in the story, and it was with Jason. And it was just such a lovely day of working with him, and him really being there for me, and vice versa. And I'm looking forward to everyone seeing that.
Did you film this in Canada?
We shot that in Vancouver as well. So I'm really looking. It's a very, very sweet holiday movie.
Why do so many people go and film their projects in Canada, Vancouver? What is it about Vancouver that makes it such? Oh, is that what it's all about? Well, it's all about money.
You know, this business is all about money. You know, and if they can shoot it there cheaper, that's where they'll go. You know, so I'm always happy to go home to my hometown and work. I've worked there a lot, so whenever I step on set, I always have family, you know, in the crew, hair,
Now,
makeup,
when your
wardrobe.
career first started, Carrie's parents said, nope, no thank you. Your parents said no. So now what do they say now with all of your success?
You know, they still worry about me. They're my parents. You know, that never changes. But that keeps me humble. They're my biggest fans, though. When things are on, they're talking about it. They don't tweet, and they don't even Facebook, but they do email. They get their email out and they tell everyone about it, and they get really excited. So I know they've been really excited to see the Ballerina and the Rocking Horse. They haven't seen it yet, and they're really excited about the Wishing Tree. So, you know, especially with the Wishing Tree, I was home when I shot that, so they got to see me while I was shooting that and hear the stories. So
Did they get to come on set and visit you?
They didn't. No, they didn't. It's, you know, it's hard with these TV movies. We shoot them really quickly, so it's hard to have people there because we're at the office, we're at work, and it's moving really quickly. So it's hard to have people be there and enjoy what we're doing. And it's not that exciting for other people when we're at work.
It's so true.
It's
you know
so
what?
not.
Today,
It's very repetitive.
Today we were hanging around for hours. I mean, it's you do a lot of, you go through hair, you go through makeup, as you know, you go through hair, you go through makeup.
Yeah.
And then you wait.
But what if, this is exactly what we were talking about today, about
Yeah.
how much time do you really get paid for what you do?
Right. Well, we had this conversation today.
Spent the whole day in my
I
car.
always say I get paid for all the days I'm not on set. That's what that paycheck really is. Because I would do the job for free. We all would, you know.
Because we love our craft.
And it's about schlepping around auditions, meetings, you know, being in the heat and sitting in a waiting room for 2 hours and waiting because casting's running behind. That's what that paycheck's for, in my mind. The job itself, I would be there and do it for free, you know. But it's all the stuff that the work, the money, the time that we put into getting that job, you know. And I'm out there slogging it out like everybody else, you know. I'm out in the car and going to auditions and meeting with people. So
A lot of people don't realize that it's a 9 to 5 to 10.
It's more than that,
It's more. It's like a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job that you're always doing something.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that being as successful as you, it's an overnight success type thing. That,
Right.
okay, boom, she got into a soap and it didn't work. And Jim Carrey said after he became very successful on In Living Color, you know, what's it like to be an overnight success? And he said, overnight, it took me 19 years to get here.
Yeah.
So what do you say, Carrie, to the person that wants to be an overnight success as per the person that really believes it's a full-time job and you have to live, eat, sleep your craft?
Right, you really do. I mean, that's what I would say. I always say to people that ask me, I said, don't do it unless you absolutely have to do it. Unless it's your passion in life, the number one thing that you think about in terms of a career. Otherwise, don't do it. It's a huge commitment, and it's a lot of missing out on things. I've missed out on weddings, birthdays, family, people in hospitals. I've missed out on a lot of things, a lot of life things, because I've been on set, you know, on location.
You have early calls.
I have early calls.
The worst.
The worst.
Early calls are the
Hi, it's
worst.
your agent. You have to be on set at 5:30.
And it's an hour to the location.
Like, what?
Yeah. So it's a big commitment. If you're absolutely passionate about it and you eat, drink, live it, eat it, do it. Do it. And make it that. You know, do what you need to do, whether it's be in class, get your photos done, connect with other people in the industry, find out what they're doing, how they're doing it. You know, and get out there. And I think if you're in a smaller market, go and do that. Be in that smaller market.
Which
you know?
builds up your resume, which
builds
then takes
up
you
your
into a larger
resume.
market. I love that you said
It's
that.
hard, you know, it's hard just to come to LA with a blank page. You know, do the work that you can do.
And that's few and far between where people get discovered now.
Yeah.
And when you think about the way it's changed, people like, you know, the Biebs, he was discovered on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
So Justin Bieber put this music up. So there's so many outlets for other people to see your work. But you're one of the chosen because you get to work in this profession that you love, and you keep cranking out some really good work.
And you're also
Thank you,
very
yeah.
humble. And speaking of good work, okay, so Jennifer's Body,
Yes.
Castle, Supernatural, your credits in Canada. Do you have one favorite part that you played?
Oh my gosh. You know what, they're all really special to me. I really can't. I mean, Jennifer's Body was an incredible experience. I worked
Megan
with
Fox.
Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried in a very bloody, sticky, gory scene.
We saw it in Hawaii with our dad.
Yeah.
We made our dad watch
Oh my
it.
God,
Yeah.
that's scary.
And we said, Papa, you might not like this movie. And halfway through, he was into it.
Was he? Oh,
he was
great.
committed.
Great. Supernatural was great because I challenged myself. I had to work with 180 tarantulas on my body, and I did not like spiders. But I had complete trust in our director, Kim Manners. He really knew exactly what he wanted, and he explained it to me, and I said, okay, I'm going along for the ride. And there I was, naked on the floor with 180 tarantulas crawling all over me. I am no longer afraid of spiders, though, so it was great. It was kind of like Fear Factor.
Love that. Carrie, we're kind of almost out of time. How
Okay.
can your fans find you? Can they find you on Facebook?
They can find me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. And there
just your
should
name.
only be one of me.
Oh, so you imposters, we have the right one
Yeah,
right here.
exactly.
Carrie Genzel.
Carrie
Carriegenzel. It was such a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We love you.
I love you. We love you.
We love you. It's a shame that you guys can't smell Carrie because she smells like heaven. Thank you for being with us tonight. We hope you learned some great stuff. And for those of you that want to get into the business, realize it's not just an overnight thing. You actually have to put in your time. Right?
Beautifully spoken.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Have a great night. We will see you next week with a tour de force show. And have a great week. We'll see you next time at the Zarian Forum. Good night.